I think
Of
a lot of these
course.
footballers see the flipping dollar signs, yeah, and they don't use their brain. Do you know what I mean? It's just like you see someone like Joao Felix. Why the fuck would you want to play for Simeone? Like, do you know what I mean? Why in your life would you ever want to play for Simeone? Like, if you know anything about football, you know that Simeone is not the guy, yeah, to put in control of your future as a footballer, your trajectory as a young player that loves to attack, like bags of flair, bags of promise, and you go and play for Simeone. Like, why would you do that?
Sometimes, right, there are managers that fit a club and managers that don't fit a club. And there are players that fit a club and players that don't fit another club. And like you said, that's okay. It's okay to admit that. There's been plenty of players. Look at Fernando Torres. At Liverpool, he was one of the best strikers in the world, hands down. He literally made the move from Liverpool to London to Chelsea and just looked. It was a different guy. It was like they'd signed his brother. It was just dreadful. So, sometimes it all depends on the system, and you'd like to think as a player, right, Rads, if you were a player, you'd like to look at the club coming in for you and go, does that suit me?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Does that style of play suit me? And if it doesn't, hence why
certain footballers should know that though. But I think a lot of these footballers see the flipping dollar signs, yeah, and they don't use their brain. Do you know what I mean? It's just like you see someone like Joao Felix. Why the fuck would you want to play for Simeone? Like, do you know what I mean? Why in your life would you ever want to play for Simeone? Like, if you know anything about football, you know that Simeone is not the guy, yeah, to put in control of your future as a footballer, your trajectory as a young player that loves to attack, like bags of flair, bags of promise, and you go and play for Simeone. Like, why would you do that? Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. I mean, we saw it as well when Shevchenko went to Chelsea. Andrei Shevchenko for years played in a 4-4-2, and was get in the box, I score goals. All of a sudden, he's playing in a team at Chelsea where I'm the only striker. I'm running the channels. I'm holding the ball up. I don't want Shevchenko doing that. Create, the man scores goals. That's why I think sometimes when we call players a flop, and it just doesn't always mean because you're a good player, it's going to work at a good club. It's just not that simple.
Yeah, you have to look at the manager. You have to look at the philosophy of the club. You have to look at the shape. You have to look at all these different things. And you just have to look at the club as a whole as well in terms of stability. Because if you're going to a club like, for instance, Chelsea that sack their managers every 2 years and that, you have to think, you have to think beyond just, all right, I'm going for the here and now. And I think a lot of these guys just see the money and then they're off. And this is the problem. And then they start complaining. Like, it's weird. Like, even the Grealish to Man City move, like, didn't really make sense. It's one of them ones where obviously no one can tell Jack anything. He's one of my favorite players, and the geezer's going to win everything there is to win in football by the time he retires at Man City. But for his own personal development, going to Man City was not a good move because he's a maverick. He's a player that needs a bit more freedom than Pep's ever going to allow you. And you've seen it with Gabriel Jesus now. All of a sudden, people are realizing that Gabriel Jesus actually is a baller. He's got feet and he can do all these things that he wasn't doing at Manchester City because he wasn't allowed to. So it's like you've seen one guy's been freed from the shackles of Pep and then another one's entered them.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll be honest. I think Grealish can have a really good season. I think last year was the year where he had to learn the City way, the Pep way. But look, I mean, let's be fair. Right now, he's probably loving life. He's playing with Foden and Haaland and De Bruyne. But you're right. I mean, we saw it to a degree with Joe Cole back in the day, where Joe Cole was a trickster, and then all of a sudden, he's gone from being that number 10 playing in the hole to right. You're going to be my wide left player, and you're going to work hard and track back. Now,
it's horrible.
There's two ways of looking at that, right? Is you can look at Joe Cole and go, was that a wasted talent, or did he win multiple trophies playing for Mourinho, who was the best manager at the time? So it swings and roundabouts, but I don't like seeing players shackled.
Yeah, but I think Joe Cole was wasted. Like, fair enough, yeah, cool. He got his trophies and stuff like that, but I don't know. Obviously, everyone's different. Me personally, as a player, yeah, I just want to enjoy playing football, innit? Obviously, the trophies are nice, but like, I don't know. If I get played out of position, even if we win, I'm not happy. I'll be honest. Like, everyone's different, but I just feel like football's a game, innit? You grow up playing football as a child, yeah, for enjoyment. As soon as football starts feeling like work, yeah, like that's not it for me. I'll be honest. As soon as it starts to feel like work, like you're number 10 and you're getting played left wing and you got a track back, fuck that, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, nah, that's long. I can't lie. I'd rather you just bring me on with 20 minutes to go and play me in my position, rather than you play me for 90 minutes on the left wing and I'm doing donkey work, bro. Joe Cole got absolutely killed. I don't care. He was one of the most entertaining. Like, he was like a breath of fresh air when he came through, like at West Ham, and that the player that he turned into was like, people will watch Joe Cole play and then he ended up at Liverpool and they'll never know how good he was. Yeah. They'll never know because when you watch him play, you think, who's this guy? Like, nah, it was crazy. I can't lie. He had no pace and you're trying to play him left wing and he's trying to beat players and stuff. It was embarrassing. Like, nah, it wasn't it for me. I'll be honest.
Listen, you're right. And at the end of the day, football means different things to different people. And that's why, like, within the Spurs community, because I say I don't particularly like the way Conte plays, it's you're ungrateful, you don't know football. And it's like, no, I get it. I get it that this is his way of playing and it could be successful. But, as someone that pays, I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for my ticket for Saturday. I want to be somewhat entertained. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to just see counter-attacks. That's great. But I want to see some football. I want to see some 1-2s and I want to see midfielders going and joining in and, but it is what it is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like someone said, Joe Cole didn't leave his mark on the Premier League, but he won trophies. And this is the thing. When Joe Cole goal broke through, people were comparing him to Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah.
What's Joe Cole's legacy in football now? He doesn't have one. Like, nobody talks about him. When we talk about Premier League greats and stuff, like, nobody mentions the guy. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, no one mentions him. That was not the career he was supposed to have. That wasn't the career he was supposed to have.
No, look, you're right. You're right. And look, it is what it is, right? Some players, that would have been his decision. Like, when you go to Chelsea, he would have known. He would have known how Mourinho plays, right? He would have known he's not going to get that complete Maverick style. Oh, there you go. Maverick style of playing. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. And just what, as you mentioned, Gaza, for any of the younger people who never got to see him play. When they call people ballers rants, I just always refer them, go and watch Paul Gascoigne play.
Yeah, he was ridiculous. Do you know what I'm saying? He was ridiculous, man. And that's the difference. Like, Joe Cole was supposed to be that guy. That's who he was supposed to be. And all signs were pointing towards him being that guy. Yeah. And then people say about injuries and stuff like that. That's fair enough. But Joe Cole's not somebody that relied on pace or something like that. When he's come back, like when you've got a player like Joe Cole, who's very technical, has not got any pace. What the hell have you got? What business has he got on the left wing?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Look, football's becoming more and more systematic, though, isn't it? And that's the problem. There's not many. I mean, would I say that De Bruyne is a maverick? I mean,
not even really. He's got no flair, but he's someone that you just, what it is with De Bruyne. Like, you could give him the freedom to go wherever he wants, but De Bruyne, everyone knows De Bruyne likes to be on the inside right channel, innit? That's just where that's where he does his dirt. Like, that's it. Like, I would say that he's not a floater. He's not a floater, but when you look at players like Grealish, like players like Coutinho and these kind of players, bro, you just let these guys get on the pitch and do whatever the hell they want to do. Man. Like they don't have positions, bro. Like, you can't start. You can't give Grealish a position. Like, even Jack Grealish, at Aston Villa, he kind of used to play in the 8/10/ pop up on the left / pop up on the right. Like, he was just everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And
he
never started from the left. He never started from the left.
That's the trade you make, though, isn't it, Rance? This is the trade a Grealish makes. I'm the main man at Aston Villa. Every time anyone, and this is what I think some people have got to understand as well with this. every time Aston Villa got the ball, they only looked one way: get the ball to Jack, and then Jack Grealish will do some magical things, and he stands out. Now, the difficulty is at Man City, they don't have to look for Jack. They can go. We'll go to Jack. We'll go to Kevin De Bruyne. We'll go to Mahrez. We'll go to Foden, to Haaland, to and the thing is, their game is based on it completely keep the ball, isn't it? Pass the other team to death. And I think from what I've seen, when I saw Grealish the other night, he's looked like he's getting more comfortable with that. But it's always going to be that question: does it stifle that bit of genius? Does it stifle that magic?
It does. But this is why Matt Letizia stayed at Southampton, bro. Because sometimes in football, you just got to know where your bread's buttered, innit? Like, and that's why even with Wilf Zaha, people are saying he could play at a higher level. Yeah, he could, but you know what? Yeah, you don't get the Wilf Zaha that you get at Crystal Palace. Right. You don't get that anywhere else because you play through Wilf. At the moment, well, they're even playing Wilf up front in certain games. Like, he plays where he wants to play. Like, this is just how it is. Like, he plays as a centre forward, but then he'll drop deep into the midfield. He does what he wants. When you go to another club that are not playing to his strengths, you don't get that Wilf. Like that Wilf that at Crystal Palace, he can try something 9 times and it doesn't come off, and nobody says a word because they know the 10th time when it comes off, he gets a goal or an assist and then he wins the game for us. You don't get those allowances at other football clubs. And that's why certain footballers, it just depends on what legacy you want for yourself, innit? Obviously, if you want to go somewhere and win trophies and you're not really bothered if you don't play or not, that's fine. But it's one of them things with Wilf. If he ends up going to a Chelsea or something like that, you're not seeing the same Wilf Zaha that you're seeing at Crystal Palace. And people shouldn't be shocked that they're not seeing the same Jack Grealish that they saw at Aston Villa because it's a complete different player.
Yeah, spot on with all of it.
And that's it. So when they're saying, if he had better 1v1 ability, he's not a winger. He never has been a winger. Like, Grealish is one of the best ball carriers in the Premier League. He's probably the best. When it comes to picking up the ball in central areas and driving and going past players, there's no better player than Jack Grealish. But like facing players up in 1v1 situations has never been what he's about. He's not a trickster. Like, he's not one of those players. He's very intelligent. And if you look at him playing for Aston Villa, a lot of the times he's picking up the ball in his own half. Like, he plays wherever he wants to play. Like, he's a magnet to the football. He plays with a freedom that once you take it away from him, similar to like Wayne Rooney, you gotta stick Wayne Rooney on the left wing and just be like, all right, cool, you're a winger.
No, that's true.
Like, you don't do that.
No, again, I think that's it though. You know, if you're Jack Grealish, maybe you want to turn around and go, well, hang on, I won X, Y, and Z with Man City. I played 30, 40 games a season. I played with Haaland. I played with De Bruyne. It's all about the player, isn't it? The individual player, what they want from the game, what they want their legacy to be. So horses for courses, and good luck to him. I think he's a really good player.
No, 100%. And the Grealish and Hazard comparisons I'm not having. Like, Hazard was a lot smaller than him. Hazard's 5'7" or something, small, explosive, something like Jack Grealish is nothing like Eden Hazard.
Yeah, completely different players.
Completely different players, man. But Grealish is different gravy.